Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, let me tell you, folks, I have been sitting here just chewing on the latest news from General Hospital, and my mind is racing a mile a minute. You know, I've been watching this town go through its ups and downs for more years than I can count, and I have seen my fair share of wild schemes. But what is brewing right now has got me leaning so far forward in my favorite armchair that I nearly tipped over. It is all about family, loyalty, and the lengths a mother will go to protect her own. When you get to be my age, you realize that there is nothing more powerful in this world than a parent's love, and that is exactly what we are seeing play out with our girl Lulu. I tell you, watching this show is better than any book you could pick up at the local library because it speaks right to the heart. When you really sit down and think about what is going on in Lulu's heart right now, you can just feel that raw, undeniable instinct of a mother desperately trying to protect her child. I mean, folks, we are talking about a woman who has already had to endure the unimaginable pain of being separated from her sweet daughter for far too long. Do you remember how much it hurt to watch her suffer while Charlotte was on the run with her father? The very thought of Valentin dragging Charlotte back into his chaotic world is enough to make any parent's blood run cold. Let me tell you, Lulu is not about to just sit back and let history repeat itself. Think about little Charlotte for a second. She is just an innocent girl caught in a tug of war between two parents who love her fiercely but have completely different worlds. It is heartbreaking to see a child stuck in the middle of such adult messes, and Lulu knows she has to put a stop to it before things get out of hand. Now, Valentin being a free man is like letting a fox straight into the henhouse. Don't get me wrong, the man has a certain undeniable charm about him, but we all know he is a bit of a snake in the grass when it comes to getting his way. His freedom means nothing but trouble for Lulu and her peace of mind. Valentin has a closet full of skeletons and a list of enemies longer than a country mile. The last thing any mother wants is her precious daughter caught in the crossfire of a man who lives his life constantly looking over his shoulder. It just makes my heart ache for Lulu, knowing the sleepless nights she must be having, worrying that Charlotte could be whisked away at a moment's notice. It is enough to make a grown man want to pull his hair out just thinking about the stress she is under. We have all seen what happens when Lulu gets backed into a corner. When push comes to shove, she will do absolutely whatever it takes to keep her family safe. Just think back to that time she was so desperate she actually went to Ethan to get fake passports so she could take little Rocco and run. I remember watching that and thinking, Lord have mercy, this woman is so terrified she is ready to forge documents and flee the country just to keep her little boy safe. That is the kind of fierce, protective fire burning inside her right now. She is playing for keeps, and Valentin better watch his step because a mother's wrath is nothing to sneeze at. So, what does a desperate mother do when she feels like she is running out of options? She makes a bold move, that's what. And according to the spoilers for this coming Monday, July 20th, Lulu is making a move that could change everything. She is going straight to Sonny Corinthos. Now, I don't know about you, but when I heard that, my jaw just about hit the floor. Making a deal with Sonny is like playing with fire. You might get warm, but you are mighty likely to get burned. But that just goes to show how terrified Lulu really is. She is willing to skate on thin ice and risk the unpredictable consequences that come with asking the local mob boss for a favor. You have to look at the bigger picture here, though. Why Sonny? Well, it is as clear as a bell when you think about it. Both Lulu and Sonny have a common problem, and his name is Valentin. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, as the old saying goes. Both of them had a front row seat to that romantic reunion between Carly and Valentin out there in the real world. I nearly spilled my morning coffee when I saw that, and I can only imagine how Sonny felt watching it unfold. Sonny wants Valentin as far away from Carly as humanly possible, and Lulu wants him a million miles away from Charlotte. It is a perfect storm, folks, and it looks like it is going to lead to a very natural, if not a bit dangerous, alliance between the two of them. I can just picture the two of them sitting down, hashing out a plan. Sonny, with that intense look he always gets when he is protecting his own, and Lulu, fiercely determined not to lose her daughter again. It makes perfect sense, it really does. Sonny has the resources, the power, and the intimidation factor that Lulu just doesn't have on her own. If anyone can put the fear of God into Valentin and make him step back, it is Sonny. But, oh boy, the price of doing business with Mr. Corinthos is never cheap, and I just pray Lulu knows exactly what she is getting herself into. You don't just walk away from a favor from Sonny without owing him something down the line. But hold on to your hats, because here is the real kicker of this whole meeting. It is not just about teaming up against Valentin. There is a whole other layer to this conversation that is going to blow things wide open. In that little sneak peek we saw at the end of Friday's episode, Lulu starts telling Sonny about Cullum. Now, we all know the mystery surrounding who shot Cullum on the pier. That foggy night has been driving everyone crazy. Well, Lulu drops a bombshell. She tells Sonny point blank that Jason was not the one who pulled the trigger. Let that sink in for a minute. Jason, Sonny's right-hand man, the guy who always seems to take the fall or get caught in the crosshairs, didn't do it. Jason and Sonny have a brotherhood that runs deeper than blood. For Sonny to hear that Jason is innocent of this particular crime, it is going to lift a heavy burden off his shoulders, but it will also light a fire under him to find the real culprit. If Jason didn't shoot Cullum, then who in the world did? Lulu having this piece of the puzzle is a massive game changer. It means she isn't just going to Sonny with her hat in her hand asking for a favor. She is bringing him incredibly valuable information. This is going to give Sonny the leverage he needs to clear Jason's name and figure out what is really going on in this town. It is a brilliant move on Lulu's part, trading information for protection. While all this plotting and planning is going on, we also have to talk about poor Carly. The word on the street is that she is absolutely panicking. And honestly, who can blame her? Carly always tries to keep a brave face, but she is caught right in the middle of this mess. She has Sonny on one side, Valentin on the other, and a whole lot of history weighing her down. It is enough to make anyone's head spin. I just want to reach through the screen and give her a hug, bless her heart. She is trying to hold her world together, but the walls are definitely closing in, and you can see the stress written all over her face. And Valentin? Well, he is being as stubborn as a mule, as usual. Despite the mounting pressure from all sides, he is absolutely refusing to back down. The man has an ego the size of Texas, and he truly believes he can outsmart everyone in Port Charles. He thinks he can have his cake and eat it too, keeping Charlotte close and maintaining whatever it is he has going on with Carly. But he doesn't realize that by digging his heels in, he is just making the target on his back that much bigger. If Sonny and Lulu team up, Valentin's going to find himself between a rock and a hard place real quick, and I don't think all his charm's going to save him this time. Meanwhile, it looks like the drama is spreading all over town. We hear that Willow is going to have a very disturbing realization. Poor Willow, it seems like she can never just catch a break and enjoy a peaceful moment, right? She is such a sweet soul, and it feels like trouble just follows her around like a shadow. I can't help but wonder what she is going to uncover. Whatever it is, you can bet your bottom dollar it is going to send ripples through her family. It is just one more log thrown onto the fire that is burning up Port Charles right now, making the whole situation even more explosive. And if that wasn't enough to keep us on our toes, we have Tracy Quartermain actually approving a request. Now, I don't know about you, but Tracy agreeing to something without a massive fight makes me think pigs might actually be flying over the hospital. It is always a surprise when Tracy shows a softer side or goes along with a plan, so I am mighty curious to see who she is helping and what her underlying motives are. Because with Tracy, there is always a catch, isn't there? She never does anything unless it benefits the Quartermain legacy in some way, shape, or form. There is just something so special about how this show captures the essence of family, the messy, complicated, and deeply loving bonds that tie these characters together. It reminds me of the folks in my own neighborhood, always looking out for one another, even when things get tough. So let's keep our eyes peeled and our hearts open as we dive into another incredible week of General Hospital. Take care of yourselves, hug your loved ones a little tighter today, and I will see you all right back here for our next lovely chat.